She just brings that light that I can't bring.
He kind of makes me more logical and more motivated. You're listening to Opposites Attract with J&T. Stay tuned for Men Are Crap.
I watch chick flicks and I love it. I just want to be provocative. Good morning, Opposite Attractors. I'm James.
And I'm Taylor.
Welcome to the Opposite Attracts podcast.
We are so excited to be here today because we wanted to talk about standards in your relationship.
We're going to be going through the low and high and the standards that you should set in the relationship or for one another. Yeah,
and if you guys don't know what we mean by like standards, like we'll get into that, but we just wanted to preface here with a little introduction. We've had a great week this week, and we wanted to come back strong for you guys, and yeah, just coming in hot.
You had a terrible week, didn't you? You're just pretending that it was good. But I told my parents that I'm dropping out.
Of college?
Yeah, that I want to at least. My dad was like, yeah. My mom was like, no.
Well, I mean, education is important, but I don't know.
So that's what happened. Yep, I'm practicing what I preach, you guys. I will be an electrician. So,
guys, comment down below if you think you should drop out of college.
Yes.
Seriously, let us know. We want to know.
My future to the comment section. That's how some people do it anyway.
The comment section is rule over all, okay? Just they know.
Hey, to be fair, I did see this video where this guy who does like handyman things, and he says that he knew a plumber where he was working on the site, and then the doctor, he was working for a doctor, and the doctor said, "Look, son, this is what's gonna happen to you if you don't go to college." And then, obviously he got offended by that. But when he gave the bill, he charged him $400 an hour, and he gave him the bill. And he said to the kid, he's like, "Hey kid, that's why you become a plumber."
Wow.
Bam.
So I think you're better than an electrician.
Shout out to all those plumbers out there.
Electricians, that's a hard job.
But seriously, looking at the economics, those jobs are becoming more high-paying jobs because more people are being told to go to college rather than trade schools.
Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, let us know what you guys think about that. I mean, throw back to our college episode, but yeah, we just want to preface that. My week was pretty good. I got my test back for my psych class, and it was pretty good. I got a B. That's pretty much the highlight.
Oh, yeah, that's so interesting.
Can we get a round of applause for me for passing that test?
All 50 people, come on.
Oh, yeah. We can't miss that, guys.
Audience. But
yeah, we just wanted to up to you guys. Nothing crazy really has been happening. It's been better than the past couple weeks before that, so it was nice.
I actually found a new love for fall.
Yes.
Finally.
I'm
on the train.
I love fall.
I like orange leaves, I guess. Fantastic.
Except when you have to rake them up.
Amazing.
They're so beautiful. Anyways. But yeah, let's move on to standards. So, standards. When you think about that, what do you think of, babe?
Well, when what you said, I thought of an essay. But anyway, I thought about doing this podcast episode because in the relationships, there are many factors that really hold the relationship from actually maturing. I love when people say that, maturing Ugh. Into I don't know, something of its own. And lower high standards, whatever the standard is, it sets someone to this criteria. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
And it just it drags the relationship down in a way. And it's really weird looking at you because you're like green this half.
So are you.
Okay, so I'm not the only one. Okay, good. I can look you in the eyes. I wasn't sure if you were like that one superhero or not.
Green Lantern?
Yeah, I'll just look on your green side. This is really weird.
We're morphing. Anyways, you're right. I actually, now that I think about it, when I think about standards, I think of essays because that's like ingrained in our brain. But if we're shifting to like the relationship side, like criteria of like who you want to date and like what makes them acceptable to be dating. So if you have, let's start with high standards because I feel like that's what everybody has. Like this is like this is the person who will
do it for like girls to guys doing.
Okay. This is the girl that will say, "Oh, he's too short, or he doesn't have enough muscles, or he talks kind of funny, or he's too smart for me, or he's not smart enough for me," or like he comes up with excuses, like like never really giving a person a chance. Like they're looking for the ideal, like as in, everybody has their own ideal, but if you think about like a superhero, like those everybody thinks superheroes are cute. So like I guess that, like they're looking for like the ideal man, whatever, whether it's blonde hair, brown hair, whatever color or whatever, but they're looking for like the best of the best in ordinary people. And I think we get that a lot from like romantic movies, because I was talking to you the other day and
oh my gosh,
you obviously remember this,
and
but
I just made a connection.
Oh, you did? About what?
Well, I'll say later.
Okay. I was talking to him the other day and I was like, you know what? I feel like we get this like standard of what romance and love and boys are supposed to be and look like from these romantic movies. And I remember I grew up, I've always been the girl, like the hopeless romantic, the one that always wants to get married. Like I've always, like I'm that girl, and it's kind of embarrassing to say out loud, but I am. So I've always loved romantic movies because they're so cheesy and cute.
Blushing, Taylor.
It's a little bit depressing, but I've always been that girl. I watch like Endless Love, The Notebook, and I cry and I just love them, and I still love them even though I'm in a relationship. But now I know that I realize that it's not realistic. Men are crap. Just kidding.
All men are misogynistic bigots. White men, I'm specific.
Oh no. No. No, and that's not what I'm saying. I realize now that relationships are not like that. Like if you think about like The Notebook, they went years without talking to each other and they finally come back to each other and they're like, I love you, and they're together and everything is just so romantic. They're kissing in the rain and everything is just fantastic, and they end up spending their lives and they die at the same time at the end. Sorry if I just spoiled that for anybody.
So good.
It's a great movie, obviously. Everybody loves that movie. I mean, I don't know anybody that really hates it, but unless you don't like chick flicks. But I realized quickly when we started dating that that's not how it was going to be. Like the passion for you was there, and it always has been, and it continues. And I think without passion, we don't, like, that's a standard I think that you need to have in a relationship is passion, spitting off of that.
Wow.
But having that high standard of being like, feeling like you're treated like a princess all the time, or that you're just like suddenly like, I don't know, like that everything is going to be perfect and you're always going to be happy in every moment. You know what I mean? That's not realistic life. And like, to be fair, movies do depict some of that, but I don't know. What about you, babe?
That's why there's a lot of hate on like princess movies.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I like princess movies. What are you pondering over there?
Oh, you know how they're like, I can't believe you belittle a woman to this need of saving.
Oh, I mean, fair point, I guess. But... What is that from?
Key and Peele.
What?
Key and Peele.
Who's that?
The two black dudes.
Oh,
short one, fat one.
Sorry if I just blew somebody's eardrum out, but yeah, that's deep. Okay,
but yeah, you're right. When it comes to high standards, with women that deviate from the whole chick flick shabam and that type of culture, and like, I understand that because when I was a hopeless romantic and when I was a kid, I was already flaunting. I'm like, hey, woman, I watch chick flicks and I love it. Favorite movie, Titanic. Because like, I realized that's what women wanted, is just this helpless romantic dude. Who knows, They want the flowers and the ooey gooey notes and the whatever. But then I had somebody who did that for me, and then I was like so overwhelmed by it. I mean, it was sweet, but it was like, because it wasn't filmed.
But it wasn't like, yeah, maybe so. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why we're talking about this, just because it's just it's like one of those things we don't even know what we want, and when we get it, it's not what we want. And that's where these standards come from, is these Hollywood films for women, I think. Yeah, because going from men, where their high standards come from, is like porn or whatever they get off. Yeah,
like ideal what they will look like and how they will act.
How
and
dirty they get in the bedroom. Mm-hmm. That's okay. Sorry, all those people who get offended easily, but women are more focused in the emotions of the relationship, and men are more focused on the physicalness.
That's just textbook. Whoever gets offended by that is just denying what really is happening.
Yeah, you're denying biology.
It's just that happens. It's how it is. But yeah,
and it comes from porn, really, and also now it comes from Instagram.
Ooh.
Even Elon Musk was actually talking about that, saying, I'm like a lot of people. Maybe he was talking to himself about this, but he was saying that a lot of people get depressed when they see all these Instagram guys having these like mansions and Bugattis, but they didn't realize that they're making a lot of money, but they're also putting half of their income to rent it out all the time. So really, how rich are they?
Yeah.
Or what do they really have?
And like similarly, those like the Dan Bilzerians or the
yeah, exactly,
those guys who'd flaunt around their women with the huge butts and the boobs and they're like perfect models and all this stuff, and then so like the guys obviously, I mean, I'm assuming that that's what they are looking for. Like they look for like the Kylie Jenner look or like the the Barbie doll look.
High standards. The romantic scene and the porn scene, with porn, I just generalize all those women who kind of flex their bodies and men just drool over that, and they screenshot it in their brain, and then when they're scanning out for women in the mall, at Zoomies, they're like, all right, okay, she looks kind of like going from memory,
yeah, and it's like I feel like that's really like. When that's even okay, that will determine like how you go about finding a relationship. But when you're in one, I think that high standards can still be bad because even still, like you may like assume like maybe in the beginning of our relationship, I probably was assuming that like you would be this really romantic like blah 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 guy, and like obviously you do romantic stuff, but that's not like it's not like the movies. And I was like kind of like it's not like the movies, but I still loved you and I still like wanted the relationship. And I realized quickly that that's not what real life is. And I had to realize that my standards had to be, I obviously couldn't be like too low, which we'll get to, but I couldn't be so high to think that everything that I wanted would be met in the perfect way. Like I'm not going to get like, there's no perfect person. I don't know if there's nothing perfect about anybody in my opinion, Jesus, but he's also God, so there's that.
Yeah, he's not on Tinder. Taken by the Holy Spirit and God.
I can't.
Sorry,
my gosh.
No blasphemy. I'm not trying to go to hell.
Anyways.
Happy Halloween.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, standards are super, super weird. And I believe that it's only in this generation where... And the previous one, a lot of people don't look at history and see how the rich are affecting how people want things. People, like, believe it or not, during the medieval times, when the kings were the rich people, the highest class society, they were dating fat chicks.
Yeah.
And other poor dudes were like, oh my God.
Yeah, the standards of beauty
changed. They wanted the fat girls. And then... Now it was the rappers that were cool, NWA. Oh yeah. I don't know what that is. Get the twerking.
The like thick,
Yeah, I want a girl that can get me a twerk on. That was
the thing for a while.
Yeah, so once when you get in a relationship, you really the whole. Remember how that was? How that's an insult? Oh, like your personality's good.
Yeah, that was an insult. Yeah.
When you get in a relationship, you realize that's what really matters because those physical things don't last. It's how that person treats you is what lasts, and that's why these high standards from wherever they come from, are really troublesome. Yeah,
definitely, and definitely is like perpetrated. Is that the right word? Perpetrated from how like social media and movies are like such a huge thing now.
Sure.
So I think that definitely impacts it too, like the viewing of it. But I want to move on to like lower standards because I feel like nobody talks about lower standards.
Yeah.
Like, for example, there's like, you have high standards up here where you want, like, you have this like picture.
I'll
yeah.
set it for you.
You have the ideal up here, and then you have the low down here. And the low is when you don't think you can get enough, like, you don't feel like you're good enough to have the higher standards. So like, here's what you want. Here's a good person. High standards are like ideal, like insanely unattainable.
Like
and
Kylie
then
Jenner, you need to spend $300,000 a month.
right. And then like middle is and like a good person is like a good person
Kim
who's also
Kardashian.
looks like is attractive to you. And then low standard would be like somebody who's not a good person and you're not attracted to, but you're still with them because of some stupid reason that I feel like I can't get better than her, you know? And like that's detrimental to you too, because then obviously you can't like change your looks overnight. That's not what I'm saying. My point is I see with women a lot, especially, not saying that men don't do this, but women do. They will just brush things under the rug that men do and say like, oh, it doesn't matter.
Totally, dude.
It doesn't matter. It's
like the
fine.
way they get treated.
Mm-hmm. Like the way they get treated. They just throw it under the rug. Or vice versa with how men get treated by women that are like just really just a lot.
Well, as long as they put out.
And it's like there's like that lower, like you're holding yourself to too low of a standard. You're expecting too little. Like, you know, those like Twitter, I don't know if you know those Twitter posts, but there's like the ones that are like the bar is on the floor at this point for like everybody because they're saying like, oh, he opened the door for me. Like that is such a great thing. But then we realize like that's too low of a standard. Like it needs to be like, I mean, I don't care if you open the door for me or not. It's not that big of a deal. But my point is,
think the bus driver kind of Fortnite thing.
What?
He thinks that when he thinks the bus. Oh gosh, I'm done. I sound like Mike Tyson all of a sudden.
Okay.
Maybe I felt threatened, and you know my defense mechanism.
Defend your manhood.
Sound like Mike Tyson. Oh man, I'm gonna get beat up. Sorry for interrupting our deep conversation.
No, but not. Like, I mean, or you just say like, oh, it will get better. Like I hear so many women say, oh, it'll get better, or think it will get better than it is, and like just pretend.
Is that what you do with me?
No, I mean.
Do I have a low standard?
No, I don't think so. The thing is with you is that like if I am upset about something or I don't appreciate it, we've gotten to a point in our relationship where I say, hey, I don't appreciate this. Can we do something to fix it? You know, can we work together? Can you hear me out? And can you reciprocate? And same with me. If you have something about me,
yeah,
I want to hear about it. So then I can help to understand like what problems are happening. You know, like I don't know about like. Do you feel like with men that happens a lot with like brushing things under the rug, or is it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, if I've seen that before. Some girls just some super hot, you know, just like drop to the.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's I don't know the saying for it, or if they're what.
Drop dead gorgeous.
Sure. Yeah. Let's use that one.
That's the first thing that came to my head.
And she's a total jerk. You know, like she's a gossiping bitch. Doesn't shut her mouth. She is two-faced. And the dude will be dating her and bring her to the parties. Be like, yeah,
this is my girl.
That's mine.
But
and then,
yeah,
like sees her slapping his friend's dick or something, and she's like, oh, he's like, oh, I'm gonna pretend. Oh, she was drunk.
Yeah.
Something like that. I know that's happened with like girls being mean and them still dating the girl.
Yeah. No, definitely.
But I'm sure the other thing happens too.
Well, or like even like if they hear like here's another one. If you hear rumors about your significant other or like whoever you are into, and you just ignore them because you think that the rest of the qualities will like become better. Like eventually it will go away. Like or like if you get cheated on, you think, oh, he'll get better. He won't do it again. And like so for some cases it happens and they won't do it again. But some men or women just do it, or just perpetual cheaters. They just keep cheating on you, and they just don't stop. And if you keep hearing like this rumor going around, and it's not really a rumor anymore, but you continue to ignore it, your standards are really low for yourself, and you're kind of devaluing who you are at that point, in my opinion.
That happened with us, but that was just like so early in the relationship that the low standard thing kind of didn't come in play. Yeah,
like somebody spread a rumor that he cheated on me, which wasn't true. Because he's the first one who came to me and was like, that's not true. I don't know who said that, but
yeah.
High school was a time, man. High school was a time.
Wished I dropped out then. Could have been ahead of the game.
No, I mean, but yeah, but like I had to, for me, my standard is like, don't cheat on me or I'm done, and like I'm keeping to that standard. And like in marriage, for instance, I feel like at a certain point, that's not to say that there's no excuse for cheating, but that doesn't mean you can't forgive if there's like it happens once. Yeah. But that's still my standards. Like if you cheat on me, like there's some serious shit that's about to go down, and you better build yourself back up to my standard, or else you're done. You know what I mean? Like if you want me in your life, you don't do shit like that to me. And that's
Are you mad or something?
No, I think I'm just
grabs at my leg. Hey, listen, shut up. Calling me out in front of everybody.
No, I'm not. No, not you. I just mean like, I feel like so many women just ignore that, or even men just ignor and say, "Oh, it's not a big deal," but it is.
I don't know how related this is, but I was watching a video of this cop who came onto a scene because he was abusing his wife.
Oh shit!
And he literally went up. She was saying something in Spanish, probably calling him out or something, because she'd only speak Spanish and he spoke English. And he like grabs her by the neck and he like tasers him.
Whoa!
And then he's fighting for the taser and steals the cop's taser, and then the cop shoots him like 4 times.
Whoa!
And then all of a sudden she starts crying. No, mi papi.
Oh yeah. Well, that's like.
And it's like he's beating you.
It's so weird, like the domestic violence and stuff like that.
No, what I'm saying, especially not especially, but in the Slavic culture, well, that's actually more of like a religious thing. Like, don't divorce. But yeah,
No. That makes complete sense. Like, I feel like that's like with people in abusive relationships, they have such a low standard of how they're treated that they grasp onto any good thing that they see in the other person,
or they just say they're bad themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you do that, Taylor?
You don't abuse me.
You hear that, guys? That's confession. I'm a good
boyfriend.
I was gonna say husband.
Oh, one day. Anyways, no, I think that goes hand in hand. Like no matter if especially, or even worse, like if a man is being abused not physically but emotionally by his woman, like people tell him all the time, like, oh, that's not a thing, or like they degrade that's important, and then they're like, oh, well, maybe I deserve it because I'm being a horrible, horrible man to my wife. So they like try to make it better and better and better. And they try so hard, but there's nothing that can meet that standard. And then they just start to feel shitty about themselves. And it's like, I think the moral of the story with both of these is don't devalue yourself, but also don't have too high of a standard, which is like a really hard medium.
For yourself and the other.
Yes. Because if you...
In most situations.
Yeah. Well, because I feel like if you say it doesn't matter, then you're just neglecting the importance of who you are and what you need in a relationship.
Yeah, you gotta treat yourself.
Yeah, you have to find somebody that will treat you with the respect you deserve and not just like conditioned you to think that you're wrong about everything.
Yeah. Now that we have established the terrible consequences of low and high standards in relationships or into yourself. Mm-hmm. Oh, I said that without stuttering. Maybe my English is getting better.
Doing great.
What? Because there needs to be criteria. So what should that be?
I think, okay, from a woman's perspective, obviously staying loyal is huge. Like for me, staying loyal, respecting my wishes, like whether that's like...
Do you mean making sure your wishes are respected? No?
No, I mean like, okay, I think I worded that wrong. Respecting me as a person. Saying like, I have value and I am valued by you and that I will not be disrespected in whether that's being unfaithful or in other ways like degrading my opinions or what I choose to do with my life.
Like kind of like when I say I don't like your shoes and you're... And you're like, screw you. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say it at all.
Well, no, I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but it's like, it comes to the...
say when I...
No, listen. It comes to a point where if you're saying that all the time, I just feel like crap for
Right.
wearing my outfits. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to hear this anymore because I like what I'm wearing and you might not like it, but you don't have to tell me you like it, but you don't have to tell me you don't like it either.
That's cheap. That's sweet.
I can't. Okay.
There's so many inside jokes.
Giggly.
In this podcast right now. We really need a Reddit thread just to keep up.
Yeah, seriously. I actually have never been on Reddit. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is, from a woman's perspective, being respected, being faithful. A standard is feeling special. You know, I like feeling special. Like I am important to the other person, to my other half, to you. I want to feel important to you.
Yeah.
And that I have a special place in your heart. And I think that comes from my girly, womanly, like emotional side. But that's a standard for me. And to be honest, like I don't care like what you look like. I'm not like that like superficial. So but I mean you look good, babe. You look good. But for me, it's mostly how I'm being treated consistently. I wouldn't be dating you if you weren't doing a good job. Sure. I guess that's what I'm saying. What about you?
No, totally. Yeah, that's. I was waiting to fling my arms around and be like, "That's an amazing point." For men, I'm not gonna be the whole mediator between what the men party wants in their sexual relationship. Not well, I mean, in the relationship. I guess I already said it. They want you to.
Ew.
Awkward.
Kate, what are the standards for you? For you specifically, how about that?
Oh, for me. I believe the woman is a partner of the male. I think that's really important. Like you back me up. Mm-hmm. You know, if I'm ever in a bar fight, it's you who pulls out the brass knuckles and gets in there.
Oh, I'm in there. I'm in there, baby.
And metaphorically.
Right.
You know, if I'm getting beat down by my mom, you stand up and be like, yo, listen, he's my husband. Or, you know, if your husband needs help.
It's like support.
Yeah.
You are defended, supported.
When it comes to men and then women.
Oh, my God. Now people are going to get offended.
I just want to be provocative. I really do believe they can't be here if women are not here.
Oh,
like
that's
I think
not
the
where
reason,
I thought you were going.
No, I think the reason why men like are just like you know why they're. Oh God! I think I trapped myself in a corner.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, I got it. Like guys cannot be being the whatever it is, you know, going out there hard work if there's not someone at home. You know, doing something else. You know, the only reason men are able to be so, at least for me, the only reason I'm to be able to be so prideful because it's always you who was telling me, oh, you're so smart. Oh, you get such big muscles. I'm the voice behind the curtain. Yeah. Like I'm the, what's it called? I give you confidence. I can't remember what the word is. Boost my testosterone?
Kind of. Boost. I am like the supporter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not a belittling thing.
No.
For anyone who's like, oh yeah, those are such traditional, unethical beliefs. I'm not saying women should always be this sidekick. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying for men, that's what makes them the superheroes. Yeah, a good. Those are the standards that I would like. Because just what I was saying, I cannot like talk because I feel like the second this gets released, I'm going to be on CNN. This bigot in X in Washington was. Oh gosh. No, I get that. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is I want a woman to support me behind the things because, you know, I have a lot of insecurities and, you know, men are not supposed to have insecurities. We're supposed to be these strong, big guys that cannot be knocked down. Don't even get me started. And when I have, you know, you pushing me, oh, Jimmy, you're so smart. Jimmy, you're so cute. Jimmy, I like the way you use chopsticks. You're so good at it. You know, it makes me confident. Like, I can go amongst the other men and flex on them harder. I guess, fair enough. My woman is supporting me. I don't know. That's not exactly what I wanted to say. But I'm just saying I can't be funny if there's not someone telling me I'm funny. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But that's just for me. I'm sure there's other guys who are feminist. Like, I want my woman to be hardworking.
Well, I mean, I am hardworking.
Supporting me. Well, I kind of mean like take the.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, whatever. To each his own, I guess. But that's specifically.
Apparently, I'm misogynistic to some people.
No, well, I mean, some people probably will take that in a wrong way, but I understand what you mean. Because, like, for me also, last point before we end it here, similarly and opposite, I want you to be my defender. That's something that I didn't realize until you said that I want my man to, like, defend me too. Like, similarly to where, like, I support you and I'm with you. I want you to be able to stand up for me.
You kind of like when someone in the comments on Instagram says your dress is like not cute or something, I go fight them.
Not like that, but more like saying like just defending my person and who I am to the, like, if somebody comes in says like your girl's a piece of crap, I want you to beat him up. Yeah. Okay. That's definitely a standard.
Beat up a girl?
Yeah. No, let me write down her name. I'm just kidding. No.
You know who you are.
You know who you are.
No,
there's nobody out there. Sorry.
No.
I love everyone.
No, but there is someone.
Is there? Oh.
Use a bitch.
Continuing. Okay. We're going to end it here, guys. I hope that this standards talk kind of enlightened you a little bit. If not, sorry, we are just amateur relationshipers, and that's all we've got under our belt. So we love you.
Yeah, our family's way too involved with this podcast, so we really would like to give our talk about our relationship and whatnot. But I feel like there's going to be like a poster, wanted James for saying this to Taylor. And, you know, the person who's paying the bounty is someone in my family. So we're just going to talk about other people.
And we talked about us too a little bit.
People.
A lot of what I said resonates with what I believe in.
Yeah.
My experiences. So, yeah.
This is a disclaimer. I'm serious. If you take anything to heart or get offended or something, that I said something about you in your own subconscious way, I'm sorry. I don't care.
Take what you will from this podcast.
What I'm trying to say, guys, if you don't like the podcast, comments below and then like it.
Like, subscribe, download our episodes.
I was thinking was really a cringy way of not ending it, but in the middle. Hey, if you think that, you know, food tastes good, is just like that.
Just something really cringy. Yeah.
Well,
thanks, guys. Have a good morning or evening or whatever. Peace.
Yeah, good night.